In the frozen wilderness of the Ural Mountains, a tragedy unfolded in February 1959 that would leave investigators baffled for decades. 9 experienced hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on an expedition to reach the summit of Mount Otorten, a challenging trek that would test their skills and endurance. The group consisted of seasoned athletes and outdoor enthusiasts, all in their early 20s, from the Ural Polytechnical Institute. Their goal was to reach the summit and return, a feat that would earn them the highest certification in hiking. But something went terribly wrong, and the group never returned. The group set out on January 27, 1959, from the city of Ekaterinburg, eager to tackle the challenging terrain of the Ural Mountains. They were well prepared, with warm clothing, sturdy tents, and ample food supplies. As they ascended higher into the mountains, the weather conditions became increasingly harsh, with temperatures plummeting to -40 degrees Celsius and strong winds making every step a struggle. Despite the challenges, the group pressed on, driven by their determination to reach the summit. On the night of February 1, the group established a campsite on the eastern slope of Kolat-Syakhl Mountain, a spot that offered some protection from the wind and snow. They set up their tents, started a fire, and prepared for the night ahead. But something unexpected happened, and the group was forced to flee their campsite in a state of panic. The investigation that followed would reveal a bizarre and disturbing scene, with the group's tent ripped open from the inside and signs of a hasty departure. When the group failed to return, a search party was dispatched to look for them. The investigation that followed was led by the Soviet authorities, who were determined to uncover the truth behind the group's disappearance. The search party found the group's campsite, and what they discovered was shocking. The tent was ripped open, and the group's belongings were still inside, including their shoes and warm clothing. It was as if the group had fled in a state of panic, without taking any of their essential gear. As the search party continued their search, they stumbled upon the bodies of the hikers, scattered across the mountain slope. The first body was found on February 26, and over the next few weeks, the remaining bodies were discovered. The investigation revealed that 6 of the hikers had died from hypothermia, while the other 3 had suffered fatal injuries, including skull fractures and internal bleeding. The cause of these injuries was unknown, and the investigation was unable to determine what had happened to the group. The investigation revealed that the hikers had suffered a range of injuries, including severe internal bleeding, skull fractures, and broken ribs. One of the hikers had a major skull fracture, while another had a small crack in his skull. The injuries were inconsistent with a simple accident, such as a fall, and suggested that the group had been subjected to some kind of external force. The investigation was unable to determine what had caused these injuries, and the case remained a mystery. Over the years, numerous theories have been put forward to explain the Dyatlov Pass incident. Some have suggested that the group was attacked by wild animals, such as bears or wolves, while others have proposed that they were victims of a military experiment gone wrong. Some have even suggested that the group encountered a UFO or experienced some kind of paranormal phenomenon. Despite the many theories, the truth behind the incident remains a mystery. In 2019, the Russian government reopened the investigation into the Dyatlov Pass incident, and concluded that an avalanche was the most likely cause of the group's deaths. The investigation suggested that the group had been caught in a slab avalanche, a type of avalanche that occurs when a layer of snow breaks off and slides down the mountain. This theory is supported by the fact that the group's tent was found to be damaged, and that the hikers had been forced to flee in a state of panic. A study published in 2021 suggested that a type of avalanche known as a slab avalanche could explain some of the injuries suffered by the hikers. A slab avalanche occurs when a layer of snow breaks off and slides down the mountain, causing a massive amount of snow to be displaced. This type of avalanche can cause severe injuries, including skull fractures and internal bleeding, and could have been the cause of the hikers' deaths. Today, a mountain pass in the area is named after the Dyatlov group, and a prominent rock outcrop serves as a memorial to the hikers. The memorial is a reminder of the tragedy that occurred in the Ural Mountains, and serves as a tribute to the hikers who lost their lives. The incident has become a part of Russian folklore and continues to fascinate people around the world. The Dyatlov Pass incident has had a lasting impact on the world of hiking and outdoor adventure. The incident has served as a reminder of the dangers of the wilderness and the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. The incident has also sparked a fascination with the supernatural and the unexplained, and has become a part of popular culture. The incident continues to be the subject of much speculation and debate, and remains one of the most enduring unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Despite the many investigations and theories, the truth behind the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a mystery. The incident continues to fascinate people around the world, and serves as a reminder of the power and unpredictability of nature. The incident has become a part of our collective imagination, and continues to inspire speculation and debate. As we continue to explore the wilderness and push the boundaries of human endurance, the Dyatlov Pass incident serves as a reminder of the importance of respect and caution in the face of the unknown. On the morning of February 27, 1959, search parties finally located the missing hikers. Yuri Yudin, a local resident, stumbled upon the first body near the tent site. He found one of the hikers lying face down in the snow, his legs pointing toward the tent. The discovery would mark the beginning of one of the Soviet Union's most perplexing investigations. The hiker's tent had been cut open with knives, its entrance facing away from the tent's original position. Inside, investigators found partially eaten rations and a radio that had been turned off. The evidence suggested the group had fled suddenly, leaving behind their equipment as if in a hurry born of terror or necessity. The cut tent fabric became one of the most haunting details of the case. Medical examiners made a shocking discovery when they examined the bodies. 3 hikers had suffered severe chest trauma, with rib fractures and internal injuries consistent with being crushed from the outside. One victim showed massive skull damage, while another had a small but significant crack in his skull. These were not injuries typical of hypothermia or falls in the snow. Perhaps the most disturbing finding involved the hikers' faces. 4 bodies were discovered in a nearby creek in May 1959, their soft tissue severely damaged. 2 had lost their eyes entirely, with sockets completely empty. Another had no eyebrows, and a third was missing his tongue. The investigation team noted the clean removal of these features, as if by precise instruments rather than natural decay. The Soviet investigation concluded that 6 hikers died from hypothermia, while 3 succumbed to physical trauma. The official report stated that a compelling natural force had caused the injuries. This ambiguous phrasing left room for speculation about avalanches, military activity, or other phenomena. The investigation was officially closed, but the questions remained unresolved. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the Dyatlov Pass case after decades of secrecy. Deputy Prosecutor Andrei Kuryakov led the new investigation, examining all available evidence with modern forensic techniques. The conclusion was definitive: an avalanche had triggered the tragedy. The team emphasized the hikers' heroic struggle for survival in impossible conditions. Swiss and Russian scientists published a detailed analysis in 2021 supporting the avalanche hypothesis. Their research identified a specific type of avalanche known as a slab avalanche that could explain the injuries. When such an avalanche strikes a tent, it can create a pressure differential that blows the entrance outward, forcing occupants to flee in panic. The force required to cause the observed injuries matches this phenomenon. The investigation revealed that the hikers made the critical decision to flee their tent inadequately dressed for the extreme cold. Temperatures that night plummeted to -40 degrees Celsius. Without proper shelter or adequate clothing, hypothermia became inevitable. The victims' bodies were found at varying distances from the tent, suggesting they had traveled while suffering the effects of exposure. A prominent rock formation now stands as a memorial to the hikers, located about 500 meters from the actual campsite. Visitors leave flowers and notes at this site, honoring the 9 students who perished in the Ural Mountains. The memorial serves as a reminder of the human cost of mountaineering ambition and the mysteries that still linger in remote wilderness. Despite the incident occurring at a different location, the pass was named Dyatlov Pass in memory of the group. This geographical misnomer has puzzled researchers and visitors alike. The actual site lies on the eastern slope of Kholat-Syakhl Mountain, while the pass name refers to a nearby elevation. The discrepancy highlights how tragedy can reshape landscape narratives. Modern forensic science has largely closed the case, with the slab avalanche theory explaining both the injuries and the hikers' desperate flight. The combination of natural forces, avalanche dynamics, extreme weather, and hypothermia, creates a coherent narrative that accounts for all observed evidence. While some mysteries remain, the scientific community now views the tragedy as a preventable accident rather than an inexplicable phenomenon. The Dyatlov Pass tragedy serves as a stark reminder of nature's indifference to human plans. The hiker's experience highlights the importance of proper equipment, weather awareness, and understanding mountain hazards. Their story continues to educate mountaineers and researchers about the thin line between adventure and catastrophe. In the end, their sacrifice illuminates the fundamental forces that govern survival in extreme environments.